Hello, May class, and welcome to your next English lesson. In the previous lesson, you were going over the turning your notes into sentences, and you should have completed a rough draft of your final hot task. So in today's lesson, we'll be doing something a little bit different, but hopefully you'll find it fun. You are going to be creating your own visual representation of the non-chronological report you have written. So you'll know from our text maps that we have in the classroom that they have the images that we draw with our stories. We have some of our keywords written in there. So sometimes it looks a little bit like this one with a bit of writing. A few drawings. Some of them just have drawings. Some of them have the headings written and then the drawings into the paragraphs. So you are quite familiar with these visual representations, and today you are going to be creating your own. So yesterday we had a go at turning our box up into a draft version, as I mentioned, and today you're going to create a visual representation or a visual version of your own non-chronological report. So the visual version should help you remember what you have written, and it should allow you to look at your sentences, making sure that you haven't left anything out. So I'm going to use my paragraph my introductory paragraph that I used when talking about Mrs. Bowen to show you an example of what you will be doing. So my paragraph reads, have you ever wondered what makes a good head teacher in an outstanding school? Do you want to know more about what being a head teacher is like? Read on to find out more about a head teacher who leads an extraordinary school in Slough. So I'm going to create a visual representation of this. I'm also then going to include some of the words that maybe are a bit difficult to draw or something that I may want to focus on the spelling of it. I will keep that in there. So my drawing looks as follows. Sorry. I've got Mrs. Bowen, fantastic head teacher, is my heading, and I've also underlined it. You can't really see, but I have underlined it with a pencil. Then I've said, have you ever wondered what makes a good head teacher? And teacher I've got as someone pointing at the head and the little symbols at an outstanding school. And there's a question mark. Do you want to know more about being a head teacher? What being a head teacher is like? Question mark. Read on to find out more, because I've got the more than this then, about a head teacher who leads an extraordinary school in Slough. Okay. What I could have done differently is actually included the word extraordinary, just so I could remember the spelling of it. But you can see that I haven't written down symbols for every word. I've written down the important ones that help me to remember that sentence. So for have you ever wondered, I've just got one drawing. I've got that and a question mark. So have you ever wondered? And then I've got my comma. What makes a good head teacher in an outstanding school? Okay, and I've obviously also put in my punctuation, which is something you do need to do. Do you want to know more about being a head teacher, what being a head teacher is like? I've got my question mark again. I've said read on to find out more, okay, about a head teacher who leads an extraordinary school in Slough. And then I've got my full stop. So it's quite a nice, fun activity today, and it is a way of reminding you of what goes into your sentence, where your punctuation goes, and the vocabulary that you're using. So you're going to be looking at your drafts to do this. You're going to use your drafts to draw a visual representation of your work. Your 3 tasks are as follows. You're going to draw out a visual representation of your non-chronological report that you should have made a draft of yesterday. You then need to learn your report with actions, just like I've been showing you. They don't have to be difficult actions. They also don't have to be for every word. They're to help you to remember what you have written. Okay. And then I would like you to video yourself retelling your report. So retelling your story, try and make sure that you're not reading it off a piece of paper. Do try your best to memorize as much of it as you can. If you're struggling with the whole report, at least try and do the introduction and at least one of the paragraphs would be good. So don't forget to share this with us on Tapestry. Please make sure that your work is uploaded by 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I look forward to hearing some of your reports.